Hello, families. This is the from curriculum night a couple of weeks ago. I wanted to record this so you all could have access to it and hear what exciting things we're going to do in the Young 5 and kindergarten class this year. A little introduction about myself, a couple of things that maybe you may or not know. Been in education for 23 years. I studied elementary education at University of Wisconsin, Madison. Go Badgers. And I have taught preschool and kindergarten in Minnesota and Wisconsin before I moved here to Ann Arbor about 6 years ago. I met with Summers-Knoll and saw such a great fit with the way I see education philosophy. I started out here as the preschool director to start up the preschool program here. And then I also, this is my second year coming into Young 5 kindergarten class at Summers-Knoll. And yeah, I like to run. I like to bake with sourdough bread and travel all over. And I have a lot of background in dance. And this is updated. It's about 6 weeks from this week. I'll be getting married in Costa Rica. So a little bit more about that is that we have a wonderful sub, Jill, who will be there on the week before Thanksgiving where I'm gone, and then the week after Thanksgiving when I will also be gone. So my philosophy in education is quite simple in some ways. I've always enjoyed learning. I've always been an avid learner, and I want to share that love of learning to all the children in my classroom. I also see education in these years is very important, the social emotional side. I like to see how I can help children have success, whether they're 5, 4, 5, 6, and see how that what we're learning at this age, how that will grow when they're 14, 15, 16, or adults. And to me, that's really preparing them for the future. And it's part of the 21st generation, 21st century philosophy, education, just getting them ready for their life and being successful. So we have 4 projects this year. We are just starting our first project where they're creating their own identity books. This is where they learn more about informational text, and they're going to be writing and drawing about themselves, about their families, their likes and dislikes, their age, their feelings, whatever they really want to put in their book. But really what they're learning is the learning expectations of text and illustrations go together. After that, in the second quarter, in the middle of November, we'll start being rock hounds. And that project is about identifying properties of rocks and minerals, and learning about fossils, and really learning about the earth now and in the past, especially with rocks. I think that's going to also help with that literacy of labeling and identifying and finding words that describe things. I've already seen how much the kids love to go outside and find rocks, bring them in, look at them, and describe them. So I see that desire to be rock hounds already in there. Then it'll probably be in the new year, I believe January, in the third quarter, is art and shapes. That's our next project. And that might be a little bit of a collaboration with the first and second graders. And it's going to be exploring art with geometry. So it's going to be our math project, but also a lot of art and a lot of expression. We're going to go on trips to see murals around Ann Arbor. And of course, Detroit has wonderful murals. So if you know of any, please let me know. We'll also go to some art museums as well. And then they're going to be creating their own art using geometry, and we'll have, as our final project, they're going to be having an art gallery where you are all going to be welcome to come. And then the final project is called Heroes of the Earth. And I want the children to learn it's not necessarily about saving the earth and having this big thing for little minds, but really how they can be stewards of the earth. And also we're going to learn about animals and their habitats. And as we do that, they're going to create a hero that is going to be able to help contribute to the animal's habitat. So for example, if it's very important for animals to have oxygen from trees. So one of them might have a superhero power where they are the creator of trees and grower of trees. Those being a lot of fun too. And the end project with that will be some form of performance. Maybe it's a play, a song, even a poem, where they're going to share about their hero. So apart from our projects, which is really where we have the bulk of our curriculum, we do have a couple other curriculums that we use for ELA literacy. We use literacy footprints. And as you can read in the slide, it's really going through, it's a lot of sight words, word study, vocabulary words, guided reading and independent reading. It's a lot of books that are decoding, where they see the pattern and they see, they're noticing letters and letter sounds, and then also noticing words. We've already been doing literacy footprints, and the kids are very excited just to have those books in their hands and be really proud. And that's something that they can always bring home and practice at home and share with you. The other part of our ELA literacy is Explode the Code, which we are still getting in the making of having that start. And that's going to help them with that letter recognition and sound recognition. But really also something so important is getting those pencils in their hands to help them with that writing and handwriting practice. And as much as they might be able to read a word, we want them to be able to spell the word, because with that, then they'll be able to sound out the words and write and get their ideas on paper. All right, and I'm going to go to math. We do in Young 5 kindergarten, it's called illustrative mathematics. And what I love about it, and you can read the slide, but as you hear me speaking, what I love about it is the discussions that come through looking at a math concept, as simple as how many dots do you see and how do you see them, and helping children explain and have discussions with each other on what they notice and what they wonder. And through that, then they're finding basically math theorems of how things work. Even things like asking, how did you know that there were 3? Well, I saw it and I could tell with my eyes, or it could be like I had to point and count. So they're learning different math concepts through that discussion. All right, here's some general information. Some of this, yep, it's still up to date. There is one correction that I will send out to you. So we are having some field trips coming up, and there's going to be also, we want to have some local illustrators and authors come visit, or we'll go visit them. So the children will, as they're making their own books, they're having this understanding of what it takes to make a book and the publishing process of that. They will be having their dragon time. This is an edit. It's going to be actually on Friday, October 27th in the morning from 8:20 to 8:40. It's the same day as our book launch party. So that's going to be a really special day where families and, extended family, whoever is important to your child, can come and see them present at Dragon Time, and also at the book launch where they can read their book to you. Here's more of my information, but please feel free to always chat with me and send emails, and I will do my best to respond to emails 24 to 48 hours during a weekday and 48 to 72 hours over the weekend. And sometimes even the response might be through email, or it might be through conversations. And I have office hours Tuesday 5 to 5:30 and Thursdays 10:30 to 11. But please feel free to chat with me about what works for you. Well, it says questions, but can't really ask me because it's a video. But please, again, feel free to ask me any questions or things that you are wondering about. And that being said, I'm just very excited for this year. We have a lot of wonderful kids that are eager to be friends, eager to learn. And I just love our projects, and I think the kids will love them, and you'll hear so much about them when they come home.